up next is the panel discussion, how to onboard the next 1 million Bitcoin Cash users. Okay, so we need to onboard 1 million users. How long is it going to take, Boyan? What do you think?
Hello. Well, if you would ask me that question back in, let's say, 1994, I would answer the same. I just don't know. I wouldn't be able to envision back then, let's say, the appearance of eBay, PayPal, or Amazon, or Google. Actually, I was introduced to Google in 1998 by my friend. He just showed me his web browser. So the same goes with crypto. There is an amazing technology. There is a new paradigm, but it will take time. I think my personal feeling is 10 to 15 years when we go to the mass adoption.
10 to 15 years just to get the next 1 million Bitcoin Cash users?
Yes, from now on.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't accept that. Does anybody think we can do it faster? Francesco, what are your thoughts?
Hi, everybody, and thanks for having me here.
My personal
well, I think that it is not such a dream to have BCH to that limit. But you see, there are some other people, let us say so, that are thinking thinking about it to make BCH reach 1 million. And these people are precisely central bankers. And we have seen that in the last month, they have printed the amount of an entire century from the Federal Reserve, for example. So for what concerns this limit, I think that, you see, from 1971, we have been dealing with fake money economy. And you see, real money is part of the real world. It is limited, like time. You can create more of it. You can't create more of it just because it would be convenient to have, let us say, an extra hours of sleep. And if politicians want to fund one project with real money, they have to take money from something else. And I think that that's why Bitcoin Cash, for example, is so useful as money. It is limited, like time itself. Each Satoshi has to be discovered, dug out of computational
Okay.
power.
No, sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. We are short on time, but this is all good stuff. But the topic of the panel is how. How do we do it? How do we get 1 million new people onboarded? And how long is it going to take?
Just sit and watch.
Just sit and watch? No, please. That's a hodl mentality. I can't take it. Akane, what do you think? How long do you think it'll take us to onboard the next 1 million people to Bitcoin Cash?
I think it depends on like how many of us are working on it and our strategies.
So what's your strategy?
Oh, my strategy. I think grassroots adoption is very important, but if you want to go for the masses, I think we should approach like, bigger like companies. Like, for example, like, if you're working on merchant adoption, it's really important in the beginning to onboard like individual merchants locally. But if you want to go for like, I don't know, millions of merchants, like you have to talk to like giant POS, service providers and yeah, these kind of big players, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Jajaa, what do you think?
Hey, can you hear me? It's
Yes.
so loud here. So I think so. What was your question? Your question is like, how do we onboard like 1 more million people?
Yes.
So I think so. If we going to onboard more and more people, we really need adoption. So if we have a lot of merchants that accept BCH or other cryptocurrency, and we see that okay, they can use it, so they might get into it easily. To me, in my opinion. So. it would be easy to spread Bitcoin Cash.
Okay. All right. Very good. So Kousha, what do you think is going to be the tactic that's going to get the job done?
Well, I can only give my subjective view on this, and it's probably not a data scientific business idea of how to get, you know, traditionally to something or conventionally to something. In my opinion, the only thing I see that works is to directly reach out to players, to people who are established in that one or the other industry that fits. So I'm thinking about, and what Akane was saying, I think is also true. We have to go to specific industries or specific providers, you know, like Steam or Microsoft. We had these already interested in Bitcoin. We had these already accepted. So maybe if we have someone who has a loud enough voice, let's just say Bitcoin.com really directly reaches out. And if they don't have a time, maybe we find a group that does exactly that. Let's say Ignite, whatever. We can go out and tell these people, like, guys, you probably overlooked this one coin. You know, this is the Bitcoin that you accept before everything went down. So and to the question of how long it takes, I cannot tell, but I mean, it can take like 10 years, 50 years, or even happen next week because of some kind of killer app and whatever. So this is when I'm seeing looking back at 2016 and going into 2017, how people suddenly started to talk about Bitcoin, and actually happening a few months ago as well. So where really everybody starts to talk about, I see that it is not necessarily, you know, one action that we are doing, but the accumulation of having all this information out there and all this stuff shared with the people, and, you know, direct people that then other people see and just react to it and want to be on board with it. So that's all for now.
So
directly, oh yeah, and maybe the last thing, entertainment. I think we are thinking not along entertainment as much, like video games, events, anything that has, especially in a digital realm, content, anything that can create, you know, why not a music video from some celebrity? He doesn't have to be, you know, Kanye West, but it can be someone who has fans who includes Bitcoin Cash in some way, one or the other, the lifestyle or whatever, you know. So
okay, very good.
BCH.
So Dimitri, you haven't said anything yet.
Not yet. Hello from me too. So as to the question, how long will it take? I don't have idea either. However, I have idea of one necessary prerequisite for that to happen. Ultimately, for Bitcoin Cash to be viewed and accepted as money by society at large, we need total liquidity. It means that anything you might need anytime, you've got to be able to get it for Bitcoin Cash directly. Now that might not be a sufficient prerequisite. People might not be interested in using that opportunity, but that opportunity, if that opportunity is not there, people will not accept that it is actually money. And if people don't accept it is money, then it is not money, sorry. So that's why we are focusing on exactly that here in Sofia, Bulgaria. We founded the company offering point of sale services to merchants so we can increase that liquidity and the opportunity for people to get what they need with Bitcoin Cash.
All right, very good. So Emmanuel from BCH in South Sudan joining us. Emmanuel, how long is it going to take? What do you think? Share your thoughts.
Thank you. So much happy to be here finally. I think basically the end goal of like to reach 1 million users, having local, I mean, starting from the local level, for example, to reach like 1 million. Like already, let me say with the project that we're working on, for example, for the tree planting, the target there of the planting of the trees is around 1 million to 5 million, trees. That basically means that if we're gonna talk to the community itself, they start using it by themselves. That means that already each of these people can able to have, for example, Bitcoin with them because they'll be able to get this trade out. People can able to purchase digitally the trades and they'll be managing it. And that means also this gives them opportunity to actually use it among themselves at the local level. So I'm looking at the localization of of the BCH itself or the Bitcoin that we will be able to reach the 1 million people. So like 1, 2 to 5 years, definitely that will be able to be reached.
All right. Okay. The floor is open. Who wants to jump in and say something?
Maybe something, what I wanted to say anyway, I was talking about, how adoption teams would go on, but I would say what I'm also thinking about is, especially what also Emmanuel talked before, about actually making an impact. And well, first of all, just focusing on the right countries. Right countries, in my opinion, are like the most suitable ones. And the most suitable ones, I think, are not being looked at. So the regions in South America, Africa, Southeast Asia, I would say we actually should really directly focus them. And in fact, we actually focus the exact other side, in my opinion. So I'm kind of feeling a bit alone on that front, and could need support or would need, other people who also have the connections and know people, and there are so many projects. And let's say even Eat BCH, Emmanuel's projects, I didn't know about many of them. It's not just Eat BCH. So, and the second thing on that, not just focusing like our advertisement on Africa also, but also seeing how we can actually use Bitcoin Cash as the tool that we actually want to use as the tool for economic freedom. So what do? We bring economic freedom, we bring relief. And charity was the first thing, which was the ad hoc thing that we actually did. And, it emerged automatically, in my opinion. You can see how it's, it's just too convenient to do it with BCH. So you tip to Venezuela, you tip people in Africa, that's great. But you can do it, we can scale this, we can make this bigger, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right,
like
so
financial
so
relief,
one thing you raised is like, say, are we going to see mass adoption first in Europe or in Africa?
In Africa. I mean, if you give me those two, I would say in Africa.
Okay. Boyan, what do you think?
Well, I think that here in Europe, there is not so much problems, let's put it that way. And people, for instance, I can give you an example. We had a meetup the other day, 2 days ago, and in this new pub that we have onboarded, the Vitamin B Bar, very nice place, very good beer. We're enjoying there. So there was a bunch of people around, and one table sitting 4 young people in their early 20s. And I just approached them and I asked them, okay, do you know what we're doing here? We're doing a meetup, Bitcoin Cash meetup. Do you want to try? Do you want to get some free money? Do you want to see how the technology works? And you know what was the reaction? There was just like silence, that like I'm offering something bad. They was just not interested. I mean, people, if they don't feel the need, if they don't see the usage, it's very difficult to convince them. Well, we're talking about having 1 million people. I'm just wondering how many people do we have now? I don't know, in Bulgaria, maybe, Dimitri will help me with this, but I don't think there are more than 1,000 people who really know what's going on, and probably less who are using it. So to me, the answer to that question probably is going to be in Africa, where people have many problems, when they need financial inclusion, and when they can start using one simple application in a mass way. In Europe, it will take more, definitely more, or one big crisis, one big kaboom, then maybe we'll have a faster adoption, let's put it that way. But just to say a few more words about what we are doing, we're just acting like change agents, Dimitri and I and the people who are helping us. And we're talking everywhere we go about the technology. We are tipping people, we are onboarding them. Currently we have, I think we have 16 merchants that are accepting. And the latest one is a Soul House with 2 locations. We are doing some promotional videos today there. And this is what we are doing. I mean, it's gradually, we are adding every day 1 or 2 people or 1 merchant this week. And I do believe that this will work like, what was the term? Dimitri, can you help me with this math term in progression?
Exponential, maybe?
Yes. It will work like exponentially. And when we reach 1 million people, this question will be no more important one. I mean, we will be there. But the point is that we have to do everyday simple things. Just go and talk to people and onboard them, show them how the technology works, and it will come soon or late. The problem is that we're way too much enthusiastic because we have people who understand what is going on. We understand the new paradigm, but it's not like with the others. I mean, the masses, they simply don't care. If they don't have problems, they will never see for new solutions. That's the point.
Yeah,
Akane, agree, disagree? Akane?
Oh, sorry.
Agree or disagree?
I don't know. I feel like there are different like approaches to increasing users, and like one could be like maybe what you're saying, like, you know, finding the, I mean, it's in some countries, like some people have different needs and stuff, but there are also like different ways to onboard people, like using like useful tools that use crypto, like such as like Redog Cash, and like lots of users are started to use that platform. And I think if the user experience, I mean, it's already good for us, for crypto people, but if it becomes more easy for new people, you know, if it becomes popular like Medium, like maybe more people will start writing. And there's also this new service platform called Playmo, and that lets you sort of lets the player like people who like games, they can play games like Fortnite, like popular games, like among kids as well. They can play games and like they can bet little money and they can earn money and stuff like that. And if we can get those people on board, like it's only possible with BCH, right? These small transactions, and the fees make sense for the website and the users, because, you know, there's no middle, you know, party. So if these kind of services get popular, I think we can onboard people whether or not they, you know, think about Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or whatever. So I don't know if I
Okay, cool. So Rob was here. He wanted to say something about games, but it looks like he fell off.
Oh.
Francesco, do you have any thoughts on games?
Not precisely, but I think I watch it from a more economically point of view. I think that it is inevitable at the end, because through price inflation and the way that fiat money will become ever more costly to use, people will try to will search for an alternative. And yes, of course, if now we think about you see, games or other things to let people know better the crypto world, that's good. But I think that in the end, it will be inevitable that the Bitcoin Cash will be used as money, because it is way better. We already know all the peculiar features that Bitcoin Cash has.
Cool. Rob, did you want to say something about games? We can't hear you. Yeah. See if you can get your audio working. So is it enough that we just have a better product? Jajaa, what do you think? Is it enough that we just have like really great money? Is that enough?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hold on just a second. Jajaa,
Yes.
so is it enough? So Francesco said we have the best money. Is that enough to get adoption? Just a good product, is that enough?
I
Or do we
think
need
it's
more?
like, what do we need more? I don't know what to say. Like, we really need everyone to like collaborate like globally and to push more adoption. We need more people, we need more user. Even we do a lot of adoption, if we don't have user, adoption wouldn't be like so matters.
Okay.
You know
Cool.
what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Rob, you want to jump in about games?
Yeah, so I think the games are the way forward. You want to know how to get the next million people into Bitcoin Cash? It's SLP tokens on games, without a doubt. SLP tokens give us the unique opportunity to actually give out a cryptocurrency for almost nothing at all. Since you can create as many SLP tokens as you want for your game, it's practically no cost to you. You start using your SLP token as an in-game currency. Imagine RuneScape, EVE Online, all these massive games, but on chain instead of just a number in a database. You know, this gives you the ability to actually put a form of crypto into players' pockets without them having to invest any sort of money at all, just playing their games. With that, people can actually start making money just from being good at video games. They don't even need to get on stream and have an entertaining personality or anything. They just jump in and start making money just from having fun, you know?
All right. Dimitri, crazy idea, good idea.
Yeah, also the read.cash that Akane mentioned, very good examples, because it gives the opportunity for regular people to earn Bitcoin Cash. Regards for the problems that we have now, all here we understand we want to use better money. We understand this is better money. However, unfortunately, most people don't care that the money they use is good. They mostly care that only they have more of it. But as Roger yesterday said, things, especially in the developed, regarding the developed world, things are fine and good until they aren't. So it is important that for the moment when things stop being fine and good, that we have this alternative. That's why we should keep building these things.
Yeah, and I think we need to think systematically, you know, like we need to think about how to design a system that is going to involve other people in the system to make it self-sustaining.
Absolutely, yes. As I said, one prerequisite is to have everyone to has the opportunity to use it. Then they are able to view it and accept it as money. And then
they should get paid. I think they should
yes,
get paid
exactly,
to use it.
Exactly. That is why read.cash and platforms like that are very important, because you don't need to care about crypto, but if you can get some money out of it, you will use it. So people will get into that.
Okay, so go ahead.
I think that in Japan it's already happening that people are get paid with Bitcoin Cash. I'm not wrong.
Okay, so we're near the end, so let's just go around and you can say your final thoughts on this. Emmanuel, you want to go first? Unmute.
Yeah. So also, like, the thing actually varies. For example, from places to places. Like, for example, with the context of South Sudan, you find that people from the number of meetups and from our conversation with the community that we're having around, and in our BCH house here in Juba, one thing they find out is that, yeah, we introduce them Gradecast, we introduce them Twitch, some different other platforms whereby they can able to earn Bitcoin. But then at the end of the day, they're looking at how can they also, for example, if they have their local currency, also get it up on the platform, and then also like have it back to, for example, in their mobile money. So like we have two mobile money. So like with the angle of South Sudan, like one key thing I'm looking at is, for example, we like right now when some like before we have like people merchants who can able, for example, to give us the food in exchange to give out to the children at the centers that we're having. We usually like cast it out from Uganda and like getting it from Uganda currency to have it to South Sudan, and sometimes like getting the food from there, and like all this process was long. So like now I think the angle for us in South Sudan to have more people to start using it, it has to be, for example, we need to have a platform like the Viduka of Uganda, whereby people can able to, for example, if they have cryptocurrency, they can also able to put it up on their wallet or on their mobile money. I think that's way to be able to, for example, increase the number of users. Because like some of them, they say, yeah, I have now this cryptocurrency. Now we start trading it among ourselves, among the network that we already have. I'm just looking at being differs from places to places. So like, yeah, like the option for the game is also a good one. We have some, opportunities in this angle, for example, for so many users of, who are deeply into social media and games and all this. But then like the thing with them is that I think if something like that being developed up and also being shared, I think that will actually increase the number, because like the use of South Sudan, they're just so flexible and they're looking at the opportunities that they can able to tap in and able to do something.
Right. Okay. Akane, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I just want to say, everybody, let's do what you can do. Like if you're good at writing content, maybe, write stuff on Read.cash and share that with your friends, and your friends might start using that. And if you like games, and if you have lots of gamer friends, maybe introduce some like gaming platforms like Playmo to your friends, and your friends can start earning Bitcoin. And if you have connection with merchants, if you go to bars, restaurants, often onboard them.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Boyan and Dimitri of Poype in Sofia, Bulgaria. Francesco of Melis Wallet in Italy, right? Akane, who does so many things. I think Satoshi's Angels, your primary affiliation. Kousha of BCH Ghana. Jajaa, who does her thing in Thailand. Rob, Emmanuel of Eat BCH. Thanks, everybody. Great panel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you. Ciao.